Did federal agents kill a legal observer in broad daylight? Self-defense or reckless force? Maya brings on the ground witnesses and community outrage. Leo parses the forensic and law and order claims. We'll unpack conflicting timelines, body cam gaps, and why this death could reshape city federal policing. Source note: I will use the verified news summary to narrate the factual timeline and official quotes for this episode. Source note: I will draw transcript 1 to inform Leo's media skeptic, sarcastic voice. Source note: I will draw transcript 2 to inform Leo's law and order claims and ICE statements. Source note: I will draw transcript 3 to inform Maya's on the ground, community, and protest perspective. We open with a clash. Federal officials say an ICE officer fired defensively. Local leaders and witnesses say a legal observer was killed. Here's the verified timeline. Federal teams, by some counts as many as 2,000 agents, were conducting targeted operations in Minneapolis. Mid-morning in the central neighborhood, neighbors heard whistles. Video shows federal trucks and agents approaching a maroon SUV blocking the street. DHS says the driver weaponized her vehicle to run over agents and an officer fired defensive shots. Officials say at least 2 shots. Witnesses and video show 3. The woman was taken to a hospital and pronounced dead. Mayor and local leaders dispute the federal account.
Hold on. The mayor watched the video and called the federal narrative bulls. He accused an agent of recklessly using power and demanded ICE leave. People on that block were watching, not attacking. That context matters.
Look, DHS called it an act of domestic terrorism and said an officer feared for lives. When federal officers say they were rammed, you can't dismiss that. Sanctuary politics create a combustible environment.
Leo, that's exactly the rhetoric that escalates things. Witnesses and the police chief reported she was sitting in her car, not the target of enforcement. And activists used whistles to warn neighbors of ICE activity. We need transparency, not instant criminalization.
I get community fear, but federal agents say they faced assaults, snowballs, potential ramming. One report even cited 100 vehicle attacks on federal officers this year. You can't ignore the danger officers describe.
Danger doesn't license summary labeling. The woman was described by a city council member as a U.S. citizen and a legal observer. Local prosecutors and residents are demanding state and local review. Hennepin County leaders are pushing for a transparent investigation.
We have clear contradictions to parse. Motive and threat differ between DHS and local accounts. Shots reported are 2 versus 3. The victim's role, target or observer, is disputed, and the lead-up actions are unresolved.
So what do you want? A city that publicly cheers obstruction while federal agents carry out law? Hotels refusing rooms to ICE were even caught on video. This isn't just rhetoric, it's a breakdown of cooperation.
That's selective outrage. Pulling federal agents into dense residential streets with heavy force invites risk. The answer is independent, local oversight, disclosure of body cam and video, and accountability if excessive force was used.
Investigations are now active. The FBI and the State Bureau are leading the probe with local assistance. Questions about who fired, what the videos show, and why accounts diverge remain open.
Until investigators release footage and timelines, communities will fear unchecked federal power. That's the immediate human cost here: families, protesters, and the neighbor whose life was lost.
And until cities make clear they will protect federal officers executing lawful orders, you risk more confrontations. Both safety and scrutiny are required.
Next episode, we'll examine the social videos, compare timelines, and explain the standards for use of force. For now, 2 narratives, 1 death, and a community demanding answers.